I just got out of work, and today's project is to try and get the new tank set over to the big woods. So this is I think it's like 1,600 gallons-ish, right in that ballpark. H2O tank, 16 feet long, 5 feet wide, and like 4 foot tall. It does have the skids under it that I added just to try and give it a little more beefiness, where it's going to be over there in the woods and not really like on a true concrete base. I've got Josh's trailer here so that I can get this loaded, then haul some stone, because I'm going to put a stone base under this. So I got the tractor warming up, the truck's warming up. I gotta get some stuff loaded, and then we can get over there. Luke's coming to help today, so that I've got another hand, because this is gonna be a project between hauling stone, getting this thing set in. The other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the cement counterweight off the tractor, and I'm gonna put the skid and winch on it, and that way I can kind of use that to drag the tank around over to the woods so I can get it in place. I think it's gonna be a little tricky. I stopped on my way home this morning and looked, and I think it's gonna fit where I want, and just gotta move some stuff around. Everything's loaded now. I got my cement blocks that I made that I'm going to use for pads. The lasers in the back seat, tractor's in here, the tank's loaded. I am going to have Luke, when he gets here, bring the four-wheeler though, because I think we're going to need that to be able to drag this tank around a little bit easier, just in the tight spots, rather than messing around with the skid winch. I mean, I've got it if I need it, but I think that'll make our lives a lot easier. Just the four-wheeler winch should be able to drag that thing around. I got a cup of coffee too, because it's cold out. It was like 23 when I started. It's warmed up now to the point that I've already shedded the jacket, and I'll probably be shedding the bibs by the time we get over there. Just any amount of work and you're sweating pretty good. All right, so no four-wheeler. Luke got there, and the back of his truck is loaded with about everything. I think he's living out of the thing like a homeless person right now, so that's not happening. So we'll just try it with the tractor, and if we have to go with the four-wheeler, we will. But we're gonna go over, he's got the tank on the back of his truck right now, so that saves us a trip. Get this thing unloaded, lay everything out where I want it, and then figure out how much stone. I'm thinking one load of 1.5 inches and probably a load of 3/4, just because it's easier to grade up and walk on as I'm moving around that thing. So Let's see how it goes. So what I'm thinking is that thing's like 4 foot tall, so we gotta get under that, which we've got plenty. That's almost 6 foot there. Yeah, just that 6 foot. So if we come back to here, I could pick up a little bit. What are we from right there? So what I'm thinking too is if I unhook this, slide it over, then that'll gain because if I go to that tree and it just kind of bend it around here, that'll gain us 2 more foot. So the end of that tank will be right in here. And then this one, you gotta unhook, which is fine because it'll come off that tree, and I'm just gonna come in the end of the building, I think, with the pipe.
Okay, yeah.
And then it's 5 foot wide. But I'm thinking, that's gonna take a jag of stone to get this thing to be able to come up to here.
Yep.
Supposed to be a casual bucket.
It's called a flail bucket.
Of course, backing down in with the next load. I got 1.5 inches this time. I got stuck, so I'm going to try and tug it back with the tractor. Stop! So that's not a thing. And now the truck's stuck. So we're gonna use the winch and twitch this thing up out of here by going up next to it. So we go up here, Luke, and we hook onto that big ash. Nice piece of ash. We should be able to just wrap the strap around it, and then I'll get the winch kicked over in here and we'll just run her up. We got it most of the way up, but we're right down in the loam. You can see the sand below it, and this is just a skidder road, and the water just all comes right down it. So we may have to twitch it a little bit more. We'll see what the depth is. Stone's in, the pads are in now. Luke's going to get the four-wheeler because I think we're gonna need it to drag this thing around here, because we're in a tight spot trying to make the turn with it. So he's gonna go get the four-wheeler real quick while I fix this up. I was able to drive it out that last little bit. There's gonna be quite the streak of mud going down the road from the treads, but I'm gonna tune this up with the tractor real quick and then drag this stone into it, try and tighten this up. You always get your feet wet coming down in here in the end of the season. Fingers out of the way. Can bring a ladder.
You can stack more shit. Man, I think that's gonna go.
At least help anyway.
That can go gentle, right?
What's that?
Does that go gentle?
Yeah.
Yeah. does. Some point it's gonna pick it up.
Are we gonna go up on that other one? I think we are, aren't we?
We're close. A little more. Good, good. Right there. Well, we're just gonna have to push that in now.
Yeah.
But we're there.
Thanks, and that didn't go bad, did it?
Not bad at all.
No. Luckily, I brought the height, so he was able to climb up, and we hooked the pulley on up high on the tree, so we could pick it up and get it to come in, and just a little bit of dunnage underneath. And we've got one corner that's about a 1/4 inch low, but I think that these will settle in a little bit, especially with some sap on them to where I may just throw a shim under it at the beginning of the season. But this pump out line, I'm going to move back a little bit more than I initially thought I was going to, just so that I've got some more room back here. But this thing, outside of getting stuck, it went pretty good. Yeah, it was a little dicey when we were up in the road, and it slipped a couple times on the bucket, and you kind of go, you catch your breath. Yeah, that would have been bad. Or dump it off the trailer in the road. This thing, it went in a lot easier than I was expecting, outside of getting it down here. There, that's in. So now it's just a matter of building the building around it, keep the crud out of it. But it actually went, like I said, it went really good going down in there. Just took some time getting the stone, a couple loads. Of course, getting the truck stuck didn't help at all, but luckily for the skid winch, it pulled it out. But it had all it wanted to get that truck out of there, which was not good, because we would have been up the creek if we didn't do that and calling a record. But now it's just a matter of going home and getting everything put away, unhooked, and another night having to lug the kids to dance. So I better do that so I don't get in trouble with them. One thing about this tank is, and I'm glad I did it, is putting those skids underneath it. That gives it an extra 3 inches of clearance and actually something to ride on. So there was plenty of room between that outlet and the ground, so that made it real easy getting that thing in there. I didn't have to worry as much. So anyone that's looking at getting an H2O tank, unless you're putting inside on a concrete slab, put the skids under it. They're only a couple $100 more, and I think they're probably well worth it for anyone to be able to get those things up off the ground, gives more room to work. It's just a better design. But we'll catch you guys in the next one.